The threat of U.S. tariffs has many Canadians feeling patriotic, and that's making them put in the effort to buy Canadian. Katie Stokes co-owns the Whiskeyjack Boutique in Windsor, Ontario. The store specializes in Canadian-made products, and she joins us now. Katie, thanks for making time for us.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Katie, I'll be completely transparent. I used to live and work in Windsor. I love the city, and I know how deeply interwoven Windsor and Detroit are. We would drive across the border all the time, just even for lunch or to fill up our gas tanks, you know? So I get it. And I wonder, in a community like yours, where you are so interwoven, what has the conversation been like ever since this tariff threat?
Well, I think for us, it's been interesting. And speaking to that point that you just mentioned, because we are a border city, we do have lots of Americans that shop with us. So plenty of folks crossing the border on a regular basis, whether it's on the tunnel bus or they're driving across, they're visiting us, they're picking up souvenirs, taking photos, getting a little piece of Canada for their visit, and driving home after. And we also have a lot of locals that shop with us. So this scenario is kind of has two different meanings for us. One, it's wonderful because more people locally are feeling inspired to shop with us and buy Canadian-made products, which is wonderful for us because that's all we sell. We've been kind of preaching this for a long time, so it's great to see people catching up to that message and getting excited about it. Then on the other end of the spectrum, we have Americans who are potentially not going to visit us anymore. We're not really sure.
Okay, I want to talk about both of those. So let's begin with your Canadian customers who all of a sudden, you know, I'm sure you felt it, like there's this awakening of like, no, I got to know what's made and produced here at home and try and support those individuals and the businesses that sell them. So what are the kinds of conversations you're having with your customers who are Canadian?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely been an interesting change. We've had a lot of phone calls lately, folks looking for specific kinds of products, whether it's flags or stickers or pins, looking for more like patriotic type products that are made here, which can sometimes be hard to find. So, you know, we've been able to deliver on that front for sure. And then we also have a lot of new customers who are just kind of peeking their head in to see what do we have and what is made in Canada that I can buy at this shop. Because I think when a lot of people think Canadian made, they're assuming everything has, you know, a Canadian flag on it or something. But in reality, we have a shop full of beautiful gifts that are all made here. So the conversation has been interesting. People kind of discovering these hidden gems or, you know, these authors and these products that they haven't known about before.
I'm looking at images. We're showing pictures of your beautiful store and the merchandise. And you caught me because I actually thought, Katie, that it was all going to be like mittens and toques, maple leaf and like beavers and stuff. I didn't anticipate. And I think I know what we're capable of. But yeah, we do have this image of what it is, a Canadian-made product, but you have so many things in there. So now let's talk about our American neighbors and how often they come over to go to the casino or go to the clubs or just come shop in Windsor. And how are they reacting? Are they paying as much attention to the tariff stuff as your Canadian customers?
So interestingly, we've had still a decent amount of American visitors over the past 2 weeks. We were worried that maybe it might stop. And just yesterday, my business partner, Allison, told me that there was a lovely couple that came in, and they came in specifically to apologize on behalf of America and support us. So that was really sweet. We do have a lot of American customers that shop with us regularly and, you know, even receive messages from some of them saying like, hey, you know, we're on your side. We know this isn't your fault and we still want to support you. And so it's been pretty wholesome in that realm for us because we have so many great connections. But yeah, they're definitely still coming over. And before I owned the store, I didn't really have an idea of how many were crossing or coming to visit. But now, you know, we get people from all over the world on a regular basis coming through Windsor.
Let me ask you about something that's often come up in the conversations I'm having with people, which is it's expensive to buy Canadian. Like everything from like the tiniest, like the pair of socks I want to buy to the steel that is produced in this country is too expensive for the people who are making buildings. So they're buying steel from China, you know, and I know that's macro and I don't think you're selling aluminum in your store. I could be wrong. But can we talk about this decision to buy Canadian when oftentimes it is more expensive?
Yeah, and I think that's something that we've been dealing with since we opened our doors. So we opened in May 2019, right before the pandemic, basically. And, since then we've been dealing a lot with customers who we know are on a budget and, they only have so much to spend. We're aware that we're not a necessity, we're a fun shop to come and buy gifts at, but we also always make sure that we have, items of ranging cost. I'm always aware when I'm ordering and sourcing to try to find things that are fun and magical and amazing that could be a great souvenir or gift, even if you only have $5 or $10 to spend. But I definitely think that, as a society, we are kind of conditioned to pay as little as possible for everything. And that sometimes skews our perspective, realizing how much it costs to like ethically and, sustainably produce something in this country and that there's a price tag attached to that.
That's right. The ethical, because you know who's getting a fair wage, you know how it's being produced. It's so fascinating. I wish we had more time, Katie, but the name of your store is Whiskeyjack Boutique in Windsor, Ontario. Business is good, yeah?
Yes, yes. We're grateful for our community.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure.